Hey everyone, The Pale Beyond launches tomorrow, the 24th of February, and to celebrate, we've got 1 hour of gameplay right here between myself and Thomas, our creative director. The two of us embarked on this whole big game development journey surprisingly long time ago. It's pretty crazy that we're finally here, and today you're going to get that gameplay. You're going to see me make decisions, see me kind of like be the stand-in for you as I explore some of the earlier segments of the game. You'll see decisions being made, you'll see the ramifications of some of those decisions, and essentially how I set myself up for the story to come. Who knows, maybe you'll disagree with some of the calls that I make, maybe you won't. There's a few tricky calls in there even this early in the game. So, with that said, please enjoy, and I'll catch you on the other side.
Should we dive in and play some of it?
I think that is the thing. Okay. Our save system.
Yeah,
Our save system's pretty neat.
Yeah, we're not gonna spoil too much, but what we're gonna do is jump into one of the earlier parts in the game. As you play through, there's some saves that'll remain unlocked, and you can come back to them and branch them out into new realities. And we're gonna come straight into week 4 of the expedition, where you become the captain.
Rather pivotal moment.
Yeah, and a good opportunity to see all of the crew who are joining you on this expedition, as, of course, Captain Hunt has gone missing, and somebody has to take the reins. Hunt.
So at this stage, what people do is going to be it's based on what you've done thus far. I suppose some people who play the demo will be
Yeah, of course.
will be aware.
So this is really like the end of the game's prologue, effectively. So this is where the full mechanical loop really begins to open up, and this is where we want to establish something really important with the game, which is survival is not enough, and you, in fact, have to retain the loyalty of your crew. And those two things are not always necessarily sort of aligned, and yeah. So
Could I just get the people killed who don't like me?
Yes. Yeah.
Cool.
Well, there's some opportunities, right? You can metagame it a little bit, but we wanted to make sure that really that we have these kind of two parallel economies. So you have the resource economy, and you have the sort of social economy of how loyalty works, and having those work alongside each other just meant that doing well in one could sometimes be at the expense of the other, and it was good because really sort of honing on that design pillar of decisions having a face, and well, there's all the faces, just sort of.
It allows for more interesting decisions, right? Instead of everything just being kind of like pure math along one axis.
Yeah, it's like by literally having a face to all of the resources and people that you can deploy, it means that you really have to literally look someone in the eye when it comes to the consequences of your sort of managerial and leadership decisions. So we've just become captain, and now they're expecting us to say something. So we'll wait for them to quieten down.
Grab command of the room.
Oh yeah. Ooh, so Templeton has come to us earlier, and he thinks that it's best that we announce to the crew that Captain Hunt is dead. Now, we don't necessarily know if that's the case, but we could either try and, establish that as a reality and move forward, or we could insist that he's abandoned us, or we could sort of stay on the fence. What do you think?
Templeton said it for a reason.
Oh, yeah?
I think we go for him being dead.
Okay, so Captain Hunt's dead? Okay, sweet.
Captain Hunt's dead.
Captain Hunt's dead. He's dead.
Next captain. Moving on.
Oh, you just got 5 loyalty with Templeton.
Good.
Sweet. Best character. Okay, cool.
That's it. We love to hate him.
Yep.
He's actually just also now is treated as dead by the UI.
Yeah, so as far as the manifest is concerned, Captain Hunt is dead because you have insisted to everybody else that he is. But yeah, no, so now we're going to have to justify our decision. Do you want to... How hard do you want to go with the yarn that you're spinning?
I think we need an out.
You need an out, okay.
Yeah, we need an out. We need some... A savvy leader.
A savvy leader?
Presents themselves with options. So I think he's presumed lost to the ice.
Lost to the ice. Okay.
I mean, where the hell...
Yeah. So
he's not in the boat.
I don't know what happens. I'm not saying anything. Yeah, with no body, we can't know his exact fate for certain. However, he and the remaining missing crew will certainly not survive exposed under these conditions. You scan the crowd. No one dissents. A silence hangs in the air.
I think we're going to have to go by the middle.
Go by the middle? Okay.
Though absolutely in the same way that running a Renegade Mass Effect run is something that I do after like calculating in my main save. I do want to see what it's like just being a complete dick.
Oh yeah, there's
but still actually trying to, by the objectives, win.
Yeah, there's ways that works and ways that might fall apart as well. There's an achievement for doing the most horrible stuff in the game as well called Deplorable. As long as we keep our wits, there's no reason we can't survive this. The crowd begin to bubble up once more, with more and more questions coming to the surface. Members of the crew start speaking out one by one, with questions thrown your way in quick succession. How are we supposed to survive out here? Is help coming? What about our pay? Are we still going to get paid?
Money. I think we go to our immediate priority.
Okay, our immediate priority.
So, we either wait out, try to get the ship out, find more food, prepare ourselves for land navigation. I'm feeling like we're in a dead end.
Yeah.
Yeah, given the circumstances, I think we need to prepare.
Okay. So is that middle or bottom?
Bottom. Bottom, we need a good camp.
Yep, that's
All right.
true. Cool. And yeah, you can either sign off or continue to try and...
Got it right, no,
Yeah?
Yeah, this isn't what you signed up.
We know this isn't what you signed up for.
You know where to find me.
You know where to find me?
Yeah, we'll keep it short.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Keep it curt.
Well, Kurt says, what are those lost, Captain?
Memorial service on land.
On land, okay, cool. Once we make land. Avid viewers of the trailer, they know something. Understood. Well, you heard the captain, get to it. The crowd dissipates, returning to their roles aboard the ship. You pass Templeton. He nods. Do you nod back, or do you ignore him?
I'm going to give him a nod.
You're gonna give him
For
a
now.
nod. You nod back and
For
move
now.
on. Cool. Well, you gained loyalty with Templeton, and this is going to bring us into the wider game. So, of course, this is the good ship Temperance, and we are unfortunately stuck in the ice.
Yep, in a bit of a pickle.
We're in a little bit of a pickle. And really, we have our crew, we have our sled dogs, and we have our resources that we need to manage. And we have a routine we need to upkeep.
Food and fuel are looking bad.
Food and fuel are looking bad. We could either take our day's requests and see what people have to offer, or we could go straight into trying to get more resources.
Requests.
Requests?
Requests.
Cool. So, the captain's cabin it is. We can have
Where
a
we
look
can
around.
take a look at things. What's up with the tub?
Well, that was the last place we saw Captain Hunt. Still drops of whiskey, frozen.
He's not hiding behind it.
No, I did also research the freezing point.
What is the freezing point of whiskey?
I'll not look into that again. Don't quote me on that. Hunt's ledger is gone, and we have Templeton. There should be no hesitation, Shaw. You are the captain now. You must carry that authority instantly. It's the best that we carry out the daily routine. Show that you are capable in the role. We should take the day's requests immediately before seeing to our resources.
All right, requests. Let's go.
Let's go. What do we have? First request. So the duties of Captain Hunt. You're the acting captain now. It's time you take up the mantle. A line is already forming at the door. No surprise, given the circumstances. Take them as you may, Captain. So we have Kurt and Cordell. We have Hammond. We have Junior.
I think we've got to go with Hammond.
Gonna go with Hammond.
Right, engineer, boiler.
Yep. Saving that boiler was the start of our troubles. Have you seen the state of this bloody ship? It has certainly seen better days. She's bleeding in the lower decks. I believe the old stoke is attempting to rectify that. We need to stockpile as much fuel as we can. If the furnace runs out by the end of the week, we die. If we spend too long on the ship, we die. If we don't stockpile enough food for the winter, we die. Aye. Get me some coal. Get it in the furnace. I'm afraid he's not wrong. That coal bunker is our only source of fuel for the time being. Until we can procure alternatives, we should assign crew to shoveling whenever possible. Okay?
Okay, yeah, things made clear. Right, Kurt and Cordell.
Cool, sweet. So we're really just sort of getting our sort of, loose tutorials pointing towards the core mineable resources on the ship. Captain, I've brought the Kennel Master with me. This is something you'll both want to hear. I have a strong suspicion on what this matter is. I was planning to speak with the captain on it myself. Fortunate happenstance, then. Captain, I know these conditions well, and I've seen them before. Any idea of the Temperance being freed of the ice anytime soon is a pipe dream. We need to press on. We need to become aware of our new environment. Trust me, Captain. We will be living off it for quite some time.
Cordell, let's see what she thinks.
What have you, Cordell? Do you agree? Oh, you got loyalty for asking? Indeed. The dog sleds will need to be exercised regularly, and there is no better way than to engage in hunting. We're quite lucky despite the circumstances. Now is the peak time for hunting and navigation. And navigation, traversing the ice may be a possibility in the future. We need to be prepared for that. And if we're to survive out here, we need to know what lies ahead. These are uncharted territories, Captain. We have no idea where we are. Your current rations are not set to last forever either. Send any hunting party to me as you please. My dogs and I will ensure their survival. Cordell exits. The same sentiment to myself and my scouting teams. If you wish the great unknowns to be braved and charted, courtesy man. We need to know what lies ahead. Keep looking forward. Bit of sycophancy. And then lastly, we have Junior. Sure, the ice looks unbudging, doesn't it? It would seem that way, yes. Crew seem to think so. They think if we don't intervene, the Temperance will never be freed. If you're suggesting breaking the ice, I can assure you that won't work. I'm not. They are. No intervention is going to break up the ice enough to free the ship. Putting others to work is simply a waste of manpower. Maybe. They're scared, though. Worried. They just want to feel like they tried something.
Tricky part in the book Endurance.
Yeah.
In the real.
This is also an example of actually allocating crew.
Yes.
So we can either say, nah, or we can maybe deploy some people to insurmountable task.
Well, it's the challenge, right? Give them hope now, but if it's false...
Well, I'm curious, what do you think the effect on your resources might be?
Well, less people to...
Yep.
Gotta think big picture.
Yep.
Yep, gotta think big picture. Nope, Templeton's right.
Templeton
is right.
Cool. We cannot waste crew on a pointless task.
He will not be pleased.
5 loyalty with Templeton. Best not to sell false hope. And you lost 6 decorum. It only leads to more disappointment in the future. I'll see you for dinner, Captain. Don't forget the hooshbot needs fed.
Better to take the hit now.
Well,
know what I'm working with, right?
You have plenty of decorum to burn. What you really should be worried about right now is your fuel and your food.
We need to get some boys shoveling.
Yeah, we do. So, what did they mention? There's really the shoveling, there's hunting, and then there is the stockroom. Oh, sorry. But we also need to pay the good doctor a visit because someone was injured in the boiler trouble that we had.
Steam is actually kind of scary.
He says on Steam.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I suppose that's true as well.
Steam is terrifying. Water hammers particularly are like weird.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the bit that comes up in the research that's like,
oh yeah.
Funny enough, we don't use steam engines much anymore. So.
Oh yeah, no, genuinely terrifying. Templeton's just mentioning that don't be afraid to assign his scientists to some manual labor. So we really have our sailors who are our kind of core labor force, and one of them is wounded from the events before, and he'll need to be healed at the medical bay. We have our scouts, really our different sort of more custom types of crew. The scouts are the only people who can be sent out hunting. The engineers have a special ability to cure freezing at the furnace. The scientists can be used to cook up healing items for the doctor. And then everyone else is a core leader. So we should probably assign some crew and try and get some resources.
Yeah, time to get exploring. So, right, food.
Food? Cool. You could try hunting, or you could maybe see if there's any food around the ship.
I think we need to know what we're dealing with, so let's scout first.
Okay, scout first. Here we go. And we're at the map. So this is week 4 of the expedition, and we can also look back and see how the ice has changed. So this is when we got stuck, and here we are now. So would you like to scout? We could either just go north, west, east, or south?
North.
North?
Yeah.
Cool. And that'll cost you 1 scout.
Yeah, I think can we send a few? Do we have? Yeah, we have enough dogs for a few.
Yeah. So you're able to make as many trips as you have dogs, and the price of scouting is going to get progressively more expensive the further out you get. Now there is items and perks you can unlock that will assist your dog expenditure, but we don't have any.
Yeah,
of those
none
yet.
for now.
Yeah,
I say we send them all out.
Cool. So we send out a scout, and that is going to unlock a hunting option. So you'll notice the cost of dogs increases the further away we get from where our camp is. And really, we can decide whether we want to spend our dogs scouting further to unlock more things, or we want to take advantage of what we found and send a hunting party to...
Hunting party.
Hunting party? Let's load them up.
Yep.
And yeah, we're going to get as many penguins as we send people. We can send between 1 and 4. Do you want to send all 4? Or
3.
3? Cool, just in case.
Yeah, there will be shoveling.
Okay, so Runt, Gnomes, and Lefty are marked down to hunt for the week.
Okay, so as it stands then, we have 8 dogs.
Yep.
But before we allocate any more hunting, I think we've got to work out our fuel situation.
Fuel
surely.
situation? Okay, in that case, we should probably go into the ship. Cool. There is the doctor's office. We could say hello or catch them on the way back.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. So here's Dr. Nutley. You enter the ship's infirmary. Your presence seems to startle the young man inside. The rattle of dropped forceps ring through the room. Oh goodness, it's you. Captain now, isn't it?
Captain Robin Shaw, it's good to meet you.
It's good to meet you. Dr. Arthur Nutley. Dr. Nutley. Dr. Arthur Nutley, that's
quite the Bond, James Bond.
Yeah, he's
Our
very
most suave character.
he's very confident, very confident guy.
It's good to meet you, Arthur.
It's
Now,
good
let's
to meet
be
you,
nice.
Arthur. Nutley gives a weak smile.
Oh no!
Thank you. It's good to properly meet
what's
you.
his handshake like?
I'm sure it evolves over the course of the game. He this is the first time you've met him because you tried to meet him in the prologue and he was too busy being seasick. Well, I suppose I seem a little scatterbrained at the moment. It isn't the norm. Recent circumstances have been trying, and the inclination towards seasickness is no help. John and Flogs, the steambirds they suffered from the furnace, are severe. If you let me take a look, I can do my best to alleviate their pain.
Well, as long as we don't tell him that sort of technically he still is on the sea, then he'll be able to do his job. I'm going to say, is there nothing more you can do? But I have a suspicion there's not a magic ointment for a burn.
Well, let's find
He's
out.
going to have something, but...
Is there nothing more you can do? I'm trying. I wish there was, but there's no cure for these kind of injuries. So Nutley's...
I've wounded him.
Yeah, he's... especially this early in the game, his confidence is easily shaken, and you'll have to kind of try and chip damage your way back up. But... yeah, loyalty manifests in the different characters in different ways. I'm afraid at this extent, at this point, all we can do is wait. Captain Hunt, he... do you think he's still maybe out there?
Oh, see, I wish we had telemetry for the lines. I think there's one line that maybe is going to be clicked a lot.
Oh, yeah?
But I feel like I have to say, did you know Hunt well?
Did you know Hunt well? Not at all. Rather, he knew my... that's not important.
Oh.
Apologies, I'm rambling. I suppose you wanted an update on the crew?
I think I want an update in this backstory, but I don't think he's going to give it to us right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, a report would be nice.
A report would be nice. Mostly scrapes and scuffs. As for the dogs, you're better asking, the kennel master.
Let's not hurt him. And go for the middle.
Okay, that's fine. I wouldn't expect you to be a veterinarian. Ah, good.
There, we got a loyalty back. Good.
Yeah, so you see, Nutley, see where we're at with people. Kurt loves us.
Good man.
Cordell
Oh.
doesn't know us at all. Nutley starts more or less on the line. Cash is pretty good. That's ourselves, Robin Shaw. Templeton, you know, you've got him at the moment.
He's our boy, would be nice to him.
Yeah. And, Grimley...
The Stokes, not good.
No,
They like Hunt.
No, although Junior seems a little bit easier to win over. And then Hammond, straight up, like, middle of the road.
I would. Again, stats would be fascinating. How many people were able to get Grimly?
Yeah, Grimley's... I mean, they're all possible.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah, they're definitely different challenges. And you kind of have to read the characters differently in terms of, you know, trying to work with and not necessarily against their inherent personalities. Because you're stuck together on the ice. I'm unsure how to carry myself amidst most people. Animals are more quick to judge.
Dear.
And Cordell herself is harsher still, but you can rely on me for any human medical issues. Nutley pauses for a moment. Is everything, good? I mean, like, is someone coming to rescue us?
Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy. Well, technically, but not where we're at right now.
Yeah.
I think he needs a call to action, so I'm not going to lie to him.
Okay, so you're going to go for the bottom?
Yeah.
Sweet, I won't lie. We're in a difficult situation. But we're going to need your help. Hey!
There we go.
Yeah. Then you can count on my help. Nutley keeps his head low. Is there anything I can do for the crew? So this is really, we've met the character, but this is what his station does. So we have the medical bay, where we could assign one of our injured crew members. We should probably do that. Ooh. Command to rest. And there's John. But what you can also do is you can use your... I believe it takes your entire science team, so it's quite a large cost. But if you spend your entire science team, you will get an item called Medical Comforts, which will allow you to instantly heal everyone who's currently in the med bay instead of having to wait another week.
Right now, I don't think we need them for physical labor. We need to be stocked up.
Yeah.
Right? If we've only just stopped and it doesn't appear like we're going to Kraken 2 anytime super soon.
Yeah, so you want to spend your scientists?
Yeah, spend my scientists.
Okay, there we go. Harriet Glossley, her husband Dwight, and the good old Mr. Zach. If you give me these, I can get the crew back on their feet. Is there anything I can do for the crew? And you now have Medical Comforts, Aberton's finest stimulants, for instantly healing a range of maladies at the medbay. So it'll instantly cure any crew who
Can I
are
have some
currently
of those?
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Okay,
so let's return.
Cool.
But I figure the more that we're able to eke out if things do get nasty, then the more the merrier.
Cool.
So we do have an optional conversation.
Oh, yeah. We have Grips, who's one of Hammond's engineers, and that's, I believe we selected... yes, we're a colonial landborn, so we're a military landborn background, and this is just showing that there's some unique content based on the background that we've chosen. So
that's one of the things I liked in, say, Mass Effect.
Yeah.
You go around the Normandy, do your rounds, see what people have got to say.
No, it's nice. I'm interested to see like where people land in terms of preferences for saltborn, landborn, and mudwash.
Yeah, well, one of the good things with Steam achievements is they have data behind them.
Yeah,
so you can actually see like what percentage of people, unlock something. Which
that'd be very cool.
Yeah, it's always been cool, like getting that in PSN. But getting it like that happening with our own game is still, I know, kind of crazy.
Yeah, especially like getting the achievements integrated. I was learning so much about how those back-end stats work. I know for future stuff, I'd love to go way more further in. Okay, Royal Admiralty. So he knows you're from the military. Am I supposed to know who you are? Do you wanna? What do you want to do?
Ooh, you've heard of me.
You've heard of me. Yes, I have. I think we served on some of the same ships. You probably would have seen me, though. Didn't get much time out of the engineering room. This conversation's actually usually, I think, John, and this is the rare instance where he happens to be the one person who's sick, so we needed a backup.
Because he manned the water pump, right?
Yeah,
okay.
Good to know the new captain has some experience. So that's just a bit of
so let's head down and see. There's feeding the hoosh pot, where there's some stuff we can do.
But the only thing we can do is...
I don't think that's going to be tasty.
No, I also don't think you actually get any resources from it, do you? Nope.
It would be a mistake.
Complete waste of your resources.
Of course, our penguins we don't exactly have yet, right?
No, we'll get them maybe next week. So we have some tin food in the supplies.
Oh, good. From the Apperton company.
Apperton Tinning Company.
Sure,
so
delicious.
You can, get one of those for free because start of the game, and we're going to let you
very kind.
Yeah. And then if you want, you can assign a certain amount of crew to food preparations.
So the shelf is so high we have to assign several men for a week.
Yeah, your Captain Shaw can only lift one tin himself.
You've got to show that air of authority.
Oh, yeah.
So,
would you like to allocate sailors, any of your remaining scouts, any of your remaining engineers, and you've spent your scientists?
Engineers we should keep safe. I think sailors for the more generic work.
Cool.
Now,
how many?
Fuel's the true problem.
True.
So let's see to the fuel situation first.
Okay. Do you want to...
let's head back. Let's go out, see what our fuel's like.
Cool. So we could head down. and make our way into the boiler room. Speak to Hammond. So, not dissimilar to the other stations, the two things we can do here are we can...
Came down to the depths.
Yep.
Came into the Goblin's Cave.
Yeah, the Goblin's Cave. The Mole Man! Yeah, so we could
burn our
we could burn we could burn our food immediately, or we could check out. There's a coal bunker next door. Yeah.
Okay, so we need to go to the coal bunker.
Yep. And we can assign some people. Oh, same again. Get your tutorial coal for free. Nice one. And yeah, how many?
Okay, so
when gathering supplies, you can assign.
I mean, I'm thinking fuel is going to be hard to get.
Yeah.
Coal, it's pretty. It's got a lot in it, you know, full of energy. I think we need to go for 3.
You can't find coal on the ice.
Can't find coal on the ice. No.
Can't find coal on the ice. They get to work.
Unless it's a sort of Avatar situation and there's just a lump of coal floating towards you.
Unobtainium.
Big iceberg.
We have 4 coal. Do you want to just dump some in the furnace?
Into the furnace it goes.
In the furnace we go.
Okay, so doing this will get us some furnace heat.
Yes. Do you want to use all of them or save one?
We should save one.
Save one? Cool. Feed.
Yep, gotta go conservative, see how badly things go.
Cool. Feed the furnace. Now, we don't have any crew who are currently freezing. It's the stage 1 status effect of the cold affecting your crew. But if you do have any freezing crew, you can use an engineer in the station here, and the number of engineers you assign will heal the number of crew who have freezing.
So with that done, we've got to attend to our food.
Yes.
Got some delicious cans of food.
Yep. Go here. Feed the hoosh pot. We never assigned crew to the stores, so if you wanted, we could go back and...
we should certainly do that.
Yeah, assign the rest of our crew. And what do we have left? We got Tashi, and we have 2 scouts left. Now, we do still have some dogs left, so we could do a bit more scouting instead.
I mean, 2 food's probably going to be enough.
Yeah.
So, I think, yes. No, 2...
Oh, 2's fine.
Yeah, because we already have the tin, so I think... Yeah, let's get 2 crates.
Cool.
And with that done, let's scout out slightly.
Cool, sweet. We'll just chuck those in the... chuck those in here.
Somehow it still looks tasty. We actually, we ate pemmican for our office party.
Oh, yeah,
we committed to it. We committed to the bit.
No, I did it as a bit, but actually, like, unironically ate the rest of that.
For how long?
2 weeks. I was doing a round of QA, and having to self-isolate at the time for the reasons. And I just had a ton of hoosh frozen in my flat, so... It fueled.
It's just like the making of The Revenant, you know. We sort of forced the entire game team to only eat pemmican for the duration of development.
I stand by. It was a lot tastier than I actually thought it was going to be. So before we move on into the evening, you still wanted to spend your last scout?
Yeah, absolutely. So
we have enough dogs. We could go.
Yeah, given the time, I think we should do like the most expensive thing we can.
Okay, cool. So let's go ahead. And we have discovered some additional penguins, but we do not... Well, we have 1 engineer left.
I mean, we may as well.
Yeah. You do get your dogs back at the end of the week.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I would hope so. That'd be kind of tragic if we didn't. So, if I do this, though...
Yeah.
I mean, well, the site is still going to be there, and it still is going to have its quantity of... penguins.
No, it'll be lost.
Spook them out. Yeah.
Yeah. So you have to commit to either sending a smaller amount of people and forever using up that map chance, or you can wait until you have more people and come back and then convert.
We should not spook. Okay, no, we shouldn't spook all the penguins.
Okay, cool.
We shouldn't spook all the penguins.
In that case, then we could advance into the evening. And that'll nearly be us done.
Yes.
Although Cash is here. Cash might want to have a word with us.
Yeah, we should do that and then move on. There's, I think, probably a lot of optional talking and content that we will sort of gloss over.
Yeah, of course. I think, at least just our intention with a lot of these, especially with the wider crew, because really anyone can start to die later in the game, like... we wanted you to feel their absence by making sure that there was this sort of nice distribution of little personal camp conversations and sort of little moments between characters.
Yeah, well, even as the resource number goes down, there's literally less people.
Yeah,
They will not be there to click on because they'll be dead.
So we'll call the crew for dinner, and the crew have their meal. Or shall we give a toast to our new captain? Hear, hear. And that now brings us...
Kurt is of good spirit.
I do like it. The crew return to their posts. The hammocks are unfurled in preparation for the evening. Despite the time, it is still bright light outside. Because, of course, in the Antarctic regions, things change.
Something that I think to people in the northern Scandinavian countries, Iceland is normal, but very disorienting for any.
There's a great documentary about that as well at McMurdo Station, and people staying over for the entirety of the winter. In the evening here, what you can do is actually, go by and find the core cast and have these little sort of evening personal conversations with them, which are really a chance to potentially grind more loyalty with them, but that can sometimes blow back in your face.
Yeah, you can lose loyalty.
Yeah, so good evening, Captain.
And get a better read in character. So even if you lose some loyalty now, you will learn for the future.
Yeah, it kind of lets you feel it out a bit. It'll be some time before we see rescue. Perhaps you should be endearing yourself to the crew.
Why, Templeton? We were just saying the same thing.
Yeah. Tutorial Templeton.
I've noticed you're quite invested in my captaincy. What's your angle?
You'll find that I'm invested in our survival. That is tied to how you continue to lead.
One does not question Templeton's motives lightly.
No. To be fair, if you...
I think that might mean that they're... I think I'm questioning them more. You wouldn't be pulling a fast one on us right here, would you?
No. I unironically adore Templeton.
Oh yeah, I love Templeton.
Yeah.
He did, of course, become our chill beats to freeze to.
Oh yeah, he's natural
lo-fi man.
Natural lo-fi girl Templeton.
So we could pet the dog.
Oh yeah, I think we noticed some we noticed some beta testers do tough decisions and then specifically come back to the kennels just to de-stress a bit and keep clicking on petting some dogs. And I was like, you know what? Yeah, fair enough. So we have one last kind of evening conversation here, and that is with Cordell.
Yeah, some important business, maybe.
Yeah, Captain Shaw. I presume you're here to see the dogs. Yes.
I think we got to keep it on the dogs. We don't have enough of a relationship to get personal with her yet.
Okay, yeah. How are they faring? They've already acclimatized, though they've recently been exhausted in need of rest. It's no surprise. Our conditions keep changing. They grow used to one state before being thrust into another. One refuses to eat and has been losing weight rapidly. I assume the change in scenery has affected it. They need their rest just as any person. They tend to be more reliable, however. You speaking from experience?
Makes sense.
You prefer dogs to people. You'll have to rely on people to man the sleds. It's only one of you, after all.
We can't prod her too much. We can't prod her too much, I think. Experience.
You speaking from experience? With people or with dogs? Regardless. I will say it's a matter of both. Captain Shaw, you recall my conditions with Hunt, do you not? So Cordell actually wasn't originally supposed to be on the expedition. She argued their way on, and Hunt decided that they could join. So,
like it was yesterday.
The demand was that I work here with the dogs. You people may help me with the sleds, but they're not my responsibility. They're not my people. I'm holding up my promise to Hunt. I do not intend to join your crew. The dog beside her barks.
Let's pet the dog and leave.
The dog moves behind its master, unsure what to make of you.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh dear.
Yeah.
So we could probably,
Yeah, I think we're down to one last crew member, but I do think we've made some reasonable progress on our resources.
Yeah, I think it's time to see how everything plays out.
Cool.
We've set everything up.
Nice. So this is really the end of the loop and really the last part of the game cycle each week. So we really have two ration sliders kind of set here. We have our fuel rations and we have our food rations. Now the starvation level, it's locked in place. You're always going to start to distribute malnourishment as soon as you go below that red line. However, the fuel ration red line is actually variable based on the temperature. And that'll change over the course of the game on each week.
It's -8.
Yeah.
I'm fairly sure it can get a lot colder.
Oh, yes.
I remember being playing Frostpunk and perhaps not managing that very well. That may be being the end of my first settlement. So I think we're going to save our call.
Cool. So the other thing you'll notice is that if you go down to half or empty, it starts to have a decorum cost. Whereas if you go to high, that actually nets you some decorum. So in addition to the afflictions, you want to maybe be considerate of these numbers.
So low fuel gives us what?
-10 decorum, uses less fuel, you're still using a good chunk of food. And you can't afford putting that up high enough?
Let's go normal for now.
Normal? Okay, cool. So you get to maintain your decorum completely, and you're just tanking the resources. Sweet. Cool. Runt Gnomes and Lefty return with 3 deli penguins. The dogs are rested. Another week on the ice. The ship holds barely, and you've just healed 2 John of their wounds.
A successful week.
Yeah, solid.
And we have penguins. Lots of meat, lots of fat. Is there lots of meat?
It actually did. Interesting. It varies species to species. So if we go into the penguins here, Adelie penguins, smaller, faster, and exceptionally curious. A small source of blubber. So it was really interesting challenge trying to like numerically balance the different game that we settled on in a way that made sense for the game, but also actually stayed relatively true to the animals themselves. But they also have different classifications. So small game, medium game, and large game. When you get, again, there's different perks in the game. Different weapons that you can save from the ship. They'll have different effects on the different types of animals in terms of bonuses. But for now, we have 3 Adelie penguins. And
so for this week, I think we need to focus on getting everything out of the ship.
Everything out of the ship?
Everything that we can, anyway.
Cool. Would you like to take requests first? Or
requests.
Yeah, cool.
Right, because now we're like a little bit of tutorialization over.
Yeah.
To see what characters kind of present to us.
Cool.
I guess it was a fun thing because initially we kind of only really had the main specialist characters. So the likes of like Mr. Gloss coming in and having a request for you, that wouldn't really have been there in the initial version.
No. I think
but every decision has a face.
Yeah, every decision has a face. Every decision has a face.
There you go.
But no, Mr. Gloss is actually a really good example of one of the background characters whose complete characterization completely evolved from Jess's initial character design from them. Because obviously we knew that we wanted Templeton's scientists to be relatively similar to him in terms of some of their approach to stuff. But as soon as I saw this art, it just set me on a direction. It was great. But so it would appear that some of the crew have taken an interest in the transmission radios that we have on hand. It is likely many of their first time seeing this technology, and they have odd ideas of what they're capable of. They believe the ship may pick us up if we monitor them. Ridiculous. They do not have the range to pick up another, not out here. I said as much, but Mr. Turner was adamant we spend the night monitoring them regardless. He even sent me to run the concept by you, Captain. So we got a little bit of the saltborne versus landborne.
Don't think we're going to pick up pirate radio quite yet.
No. It's worth the attempt.
Well, see, again, it's the challenge of like.
So it's interesting because then, like, depending on
the more decorum that we have, then the less we can distribute resources.
Yeah.
Because people will kind of get by on higher spirits. So maybe we should do an attempt.
Okay. Let's do it. That was going to cost all 3 of our scientists.
It is.
Cool. It's worth the attempt, even if it's just to assure the crew. Yes, Captain. Oh, you've just demoralized Mr. Glossley. So, each crew member with demoralization status effect will cause you to lose 5 decorum at the end of the week. Kasha may cure demoralization by interviewing them. So, you've got a little bit of a decorum poisoning with one character there. It's not a huge amount in total, it's only 5, so it adds up to a total of 10, but enough people start to get that, and you can really start to...
You can cascade.
Yeah, because decorum, if you end the week with no decorum, tear each other apart.
Alright, well, let's see what Kasha has. Alright, good day to you.
Yeah, good day to you. Oh, nice one. So she's basically asking you and introducing the mechanic of her interviewing people. So Kasia is the reporter on the expedition, and their job is really to write the story in universe of the events that happen throughout the game. But she also serves a mechanical purpose of being one of the few ways that you can instantly kind of cure demoralization with some crew members.
Well, we need interviews.
Yep,
It's going to help. It's worth having a story.
Yep.
I think interviews change the time scale for how the crew, how they perceive what's going on, right?
Yep.
If they're making something that people will see.
And it's also going to gain you loyalty with Kasia. And then, similarly to what you said, word has gotten around the crew that we might end up having to move to the ice. If we can't free the Temperance anyway, it would be wise to gather what we want to take off ship with us if we do. Indeed, we'll need to prepare for what could be the inevitable. Aye, most of the tools are in the lower deck storerooms. The metal doors need some work to open, but it's worth what's inside.
Of course, the damage that we'll have taken.
Yep. So, we could do some hunting, look at our core resources, or we could try to go into the lower hold of the Temperance.
Lower hold.
Lower hold, let's go.
Right, surely it's only going to be there for so long.
Yeah. Sweet. We go. And here we go, the lower hold. And also Kasia as well.
Oh dear, right, yes.
Yeah. So there's this room, so where we can send someone to get interviewed by Kasia, and then there's also...
We should do that with...
Yeah?
Yeah, we should do that.
Okay, we'll send Mr. Glossley. We can also view Kasia's photo library. We can see our journey so far.
Ah, yes. Now, a few of these I recognize.
Yeah. Yeah, so it was a way for us to bring back some earlier concept work as well.
Will we get more of those?
Yeah, yeah. You unlock more over the course of the
good.
game.
Well, check in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh, but we've
Oh yeah, of course.
We spent our scientists, so he can't. You're locked in.
Yeah.
There you go. So you have the science hold, the tools hold, the engineers hold, the food hold, and the weapons hold.
Right. So food is a replenishable resource.
Yes, from hunting. Tools, yeah.
Tools, though, I think tools equal options, so we got to get the tools.
Okay. Choose a sailor.
Vern.
Tashi? Yeah, in he goes. You and Tashi charge into the room. It is full of various tools and a crate of tinned lemons. With the water flooding in from behind, you have time to grab 2 items. So we have various items you can inspect. You have the medical tools, the digging tools, the engineering tools, and then some tinned lemons.
Why do I think this will come up later?
Well, they're all... There's...
So, in the grand scheme of things,
Yep.
I don't think lemons are the most important.
Well, you can inspect them and it'll let you know what they do.
Okay, right.
So,
Well, let's inspect the lemons.
yeah, this is effectively creating your almost like perk build
Oh,
for
a
the
cure
game.
to skirt. Yes, of
Yes.
course.
So 4 supplies of lemons. Each of them can be used to, I think it's instantly cure crew of scurvy, and that's the second track of the malnourished. So it won't cure malnourishment, but it will cure scurvy. We also have engineering tools. They will make the furnace more efficient, allowing you to... Ooh, yeah.
Oh, it's like the StarCraft player in me is thinking about, I'm kind of thinking about my macro economy.
Yeah, here's another one. These tools should make quick work against pressure ridges and thick snow when hunting and scouting. So the digging tools are particularly good because they actually increase the cost effectiveness of your dogs on the map. And then lastly, the medical tools will give you another medical slot as well. So you get to choose 2 of these.
I am going to, and this might be risky, but I'm going to go for engineering and digging.
Engineering? Sweet.
The reason being, if I can perhaps be better with resources,
Yeah.
then I won't need as large of a capacity. But that said, I also don't really know what any given week is going to bring, because I have noticed it's -10 now, and it was -8 last week.
So we'll choose the digging tools
Yeah.
as well. And oh no, the room's flooded, rendering the rest of the items useless. Cool. And let's look at what we were able to get. Let's look at what we were able to get. So if we go into our key items, we have the captain's hat,
Very important.
an accordion, also important. Kasia's camera, but now we've gained engineering tools, which have increased our fuel maximum by 20. So you can kind of stock up on more. And then we also have our digging tools, reduces the dog cost required on map locations by 1. That's also capped.
Good. Well, I feel like as we travel, that'll be important.
Cool. So we could look into some of the other holes.
Hell yeah.
Do you want to go weapons, food?
Weapons is challenging because, I mean, it depends what's out there when we're hunting. I'm not really worried about being like tripped by a penguin.
Yeah, well, you can.
That said, emperor penguins are very tall.
Oh yeah, they're
penguins can get pretty big.
Well, I mean, you'll get a chance to inspect.
Yeah, I think we should take a look at the weapons hole.
Cool. Just any sailor in particular?
I will go for Runsda.
Goodbye. You can Runsda charge into the room. Inside, you can see supplies of tinned lemons, a hunting shotgun, a bolt-action rifle, and some flares. Same again. You get to choose two. So you know what the tinned lemons do.
I know what the tinned lemons do. So then we have a hunting shotgun and a bolt-action rifle.
Yep.
Now, how... Okay, let's inspect the bolt-action.
Ineffective against smaller targets.
Oh, right, with a pearly line sights. Well, that's just fantastic. I suspect everything here is... Well, we should do the flares, but I suspect everything will be useful, but... Oh, yeah! I think that the hunting shotgun is going to lead to less immediate surprise death.
All of them are designed to be viable... depending on how you play, and there's different ways they can kind of be engineered to approach the game economy with a bit of a different strategy.
Oh, interesting. So we can alarm wildlife, alert humans,
and disassemble for fuel.
So no matter what, they'll be useful in a way.
Yeah.
It's a bit tricky. It's like... Well, if you're stranded on a beautiful sunny island, you still need to make a big fire so that people can see you.
Yeah.
I think we need to take the flares and the shotgun.
Cool. Flares it is. You rescue some flares. There's enough time to grab one more item, and we'll take the hunting shotgun.
I mean, as much as just having a deadly weapon be loose on a boat of people is... so, I think decorum will be important here.
Cool. So, these actually give you quite a lot of fuel if you end up using them that way.
Okay, good. But no hoosh.
No, yeah, you can eat them. Well, you can eat them, but it
won't really do much.
A bad idea. And then you also have this. So if you are hunting any medium-sized animals, you get 1 extra on that. Yeah. Good. Cool. So that's
now,
high-end strats.
Let's head back up. Okay. Our 3 penguins.
3 penguins?
We need to put our 3 penguins...
Where do you want to put them?
To use.
Eat them or burn them?
Let's inspect them. How much food, how much oil, or how much fuel?
They give you more food than they...
It's got to be hoosh.
Yep. So just dunk them in the hoosh. Yep. In you go, little guys. All 3?
Man. Yeah, all 3. Yep. Delicious.
Oh, there you go.
A full ration is 2 per crew member. We have 25 crew members, and that's going to mean that to get enough food, we need 9 more food.
Yeah.
So you get a little bit more in the hoosh pot. So let's go deal with our food first.
Yep.
Can we go to the storeroom?
Yep, pantry it is. And, oh look, we still have some tin food. Great. And they haven't all quite spoiled yet. So how many do you want to try and get?
Okay. How much hoosh do we get per tin food?
Same across the game. So each
6?
tin food. So yeah, no. So I think
you 20.
Get, yeah, you get a lot. You get a lot. So no, I meant as in
a lot of tin food.
It's with a few exceptions. It's always 1 item to 1 crew member whenever you're allocating them. So you can get between 1 and 3 instances of the tinned food here.
See, it's challenging because right now I feel that fuel's not as much of a problem because it's not as cold.
Yep.
Food is quite the problem because everyone is still alive. And being dead reduces your daily macros.
Yeah, it certainly does.
And I think we have to get full food here, really.
Full food? Cool. They get to work.
Okay, I think we've got to get full food, and let's just use 1 of those.
Cool.
We'll keep the rest in play. And with that, I think we actually just need to go to the coal bunker.
Coal bunker again? In we go.
Yeah, I'm assuming we're better off getting this coal than we are kind of going out and scouting.
Yeah,
so scouting opportunities will surely exist later. But we'll still need to use all of our dogs so that whenever it does come to that time. So yeah, okay, I think we go fully in here and we get as much coal as we can.
Cool, sweet. Do you want to put it in the furnace?
Yeah.
In we go. Cool. Is that not Joe? Do you want to...
Yeah, we'll just do that for
Yeah, sweet. Cool, we don't have anyone who's freezing.
Lovely.
We do still have someone who's wounded.
yeah, let's check in the med bay.
Yeah, check in the med bay. So... And this is obviously quite early in the game, so... we can grab... What was our engineer? Nice.
Okay, good. One fewer wounded man.
There they are.
With that, it's scouting time then.
Yep.
So, has the ice moved?
The ice has in fact moved.
Ah.
So, yeah, do you want to continue down the line you were on, or do you want to pick a different direction? Or do you want to mine the existing deadly
Okay,
pregnancy?
so I have 3 scouts.
Yep.
And it's 4. If it's 4 dogs for the further, I think we got 2 of the further.
2 of the further?
Well, I suppose, yeah, we're going to be maxed out at 3 anyway. So, yeah, let's just do the further ones.
Ooh, you got some emperor penguins.
Oh,
Yeah.
more food?
Yeah.
More hoosh?
Yeah.
More.
Just more?
Big?
Big? More?
Okay. Let's go beside them.
Oh, sorry.
We don't need to hunt them yet. We just need to know where the
Do you
colony is.
want to see what happens here?
Yeah.
Cool. So we've scouted them out. And, ooh, fish. Fish are interesting. Fish actually replenish dogs when you put them in the hoosh. Yeah.
Interesting. Right, some dog food.
Yeah, you can feed them to the dogs. And it can be... It's one of the few ways in the games to get dogs back without having to wait until the next week. So...
Interesting.
The item
so
description, it makes sense with the item description.
The dogs could essentially pull double duty if we're able to feed them a bunch of fish.
Yeah, you motivate them. Yeah.
Well, let's do our final one. I think there's no sense in exploiting all the resources yet when we should be putting at least I think we should be putting the brunt of our labor
okay, cool.
into the things we've already got to hand. Oh, what's this?
Oh, we found a research point. So... You could use your scientists here to actually do... This was intended to be a research expedition. So you could do a little bit of research, get some decorum for doing so, but then there's also an item you can get called research, which it may not have much practical application as a way of surviving on the ice, but if you were to think about... the lives you may all have afterwards and the ability to monetize one's efforts. There's a slightly different incentive.
Well, unfortunately, we have them scanning the radio.
This is true. So, is there anything else you'd like to do on the map? Or?
Well, everyone's got work.
Yeah.
Everyone's got work. I think there's no sense in
Yeah.
in spoiling a location when we can only put one man there.
Cool. So we could call the crew for dinner.
In this case, yeah. There are other conversations and stuff, but I don't think
we'll let
need to,
people. Yeah. Crew have their meal. The dinner is shared. And we've since hit the evening, and of course, we could still go around. We could speak to core characters. We could progress those personal conversations. And I think... Oh, there's a chat with Templeton.
I think we should have our chat with Templeton.
Can't
He's
say a word.
man.
I thought now a good time as any to review the wording in our contracts. You do
He's
remember...
got a keen eye for fun.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Good evening with Templeton. You do remember what was written in your contract, right, Michael?
Why is it relevant now?
Why is that relevant now, Templeton? Consider Article 3, and I quote, "The member of the staff shall, throughout the period of such of the expedition, obey all commands of the captain and shall use his best endeavours to promote
We'll have to
the
let him
success."
continue. He's clearly enjoying this.
Yeah, I did actually look at some old real contracts for some of these expeditions. Yeah, he's just going. Do you want to just...
In writing before his death.
Yeah.
Okay, let's continue. What are you trying to say?
What are you trying to say, Templeton? The vote we held settled what is only a temporary arrangement in the eyes of the law. Even then, you only made it through by a hair. Unless you somehow managed to wrestle a written transfer of captainship from Hunt before his departure. In the eyes of the law, you are simply acting in his stead with no legal recourse to call upon. There is a chance Hunt and the deserters are still out there. Should we be reunited, your captainship will indeed be called into question.
You could once again ask him why he's so invested, but perhaps...
Oh, sorry.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Why do you care? Yep, and he's just going to restate what he says. You may presume an ulterior motive, but you know my reasoning is sound. Loyalty to the crew means everything. Get them on your side, Shaw. Keep them on your side.
Comes naturally.
I do not intend to disappoint. Oh, he's giving you some tactical social advice.
I definitely want to do a pro Templeton and an anti Templeton.
But a lot of people,
run.
some people really fall one way or the other, especially if they choose Saltborn or Landborn. And they get Templeton instantly appealing to them or dismissing them. It seems to drive them in a direction. Do you want to end the week?
Yeah, let's end the week.
Sweet.
All right, we've got plenty of resources. Decorum's good.
Okay, you want to continue
Keep
with your
everyone happy. Yeah.
Yeah, sweet.
And now that we have more crew available, if we were...
Yep.
Yeah, okay, good.
Now you're still getting a little bit of decorum poisoning, but you're doing okay here.
Yeah, so we need to assign him to an interview.
Okay, so we've got a new week, and game is saved. And oh, okay, people are here. And we'll see what they have to say. Templeton, Kurt, Cordell, and Hammond stand inside. The beginnings of a meeting. Well, Captain, it's been 3 weeks. Kurt tells me there's still no change in the ice. None. And best as I can estimate, the change we will see won't free the ship. I predict the Temperance is more likely to be crushed under the pressure of the ice. And how long will that take? A few weeks at most. Unfortunately, we may have to look at alternatives rather than waiting for the ice to break up.
Are you certain?
Ooh, are you certain it's a lost cause? You never know. But from what I've seen, I wouldn't take the chance. Leaving the Temperance and making camp on the ice is still something we will have to consider. Ooh. So yeah, I guess you're gonna have to make a choice here, Michael.
Out we go.
Out we go instantly?
Out we go.
Oh yeah, just right out there. Okay.
If you've got to live in the ice, then we have to,
Yeah.
we have to do it right.
Okay, cool. Okay, so they're stating their different opinions on this, but those of you who have played the demo may know you can certainly wait too long to make this decision. So yeah, you're straight off. We're moving on to the ice.
I mean, I have a feeling that it's not optimal, but I feel like I want to do it.
Or not yet. We'll remain on the ship for now, or we're moving on the ice.
This time I want to go. I want
to go. Yep, we're out. Sweet. Inform the crew. Great. It's time we left this forsaken ship. When we remove the boiler from the furnace, that is when we make our move. When you feel we're ready to go, just go to the boiler room, give the order. We could do it right now, or we could take requests, or do you want to just abandon ship?
We'll be able to take our requests after we've abandoned ship.
Yeah. I mean, different camp, but yeah.
Okay, yeah, I think we'll do that.
Okay, cool.
Now that said, abandoning ship, we should first strip.
Okay.
For a stripper for all the ship's worth. So, right, we got to get our...
Get some tin food. And how many?
Okay, so tools.
Tools?
Yeah, we need to see what's up with camp upgrades. Those will matter. Those will matter forever. Food will be consumed.
Okay, cool. So we have the food hold, and we have the science hold. And we also have the engineer's hold.
Let's do food first.
Food is here.
And all right, run. In we go.
You're in run charge into the room. It is full of food and ale, with water flooding in from behind. You have time to grab one of them.
Ooh.
So this one's a little bit more sparse.
Ale. I mean, we'll inspect them both, but...
Yeah. So you can cure demoralization. And this is just a bunch of tin rations.
I think... it's a lot of food.
Yeah.
But we got to go for the ale.
Go for the ale?
Yeah, we need tools in our belt.
Cool.
Okay, out we go. Next, engineer.
Engineer.
Boiler goes.
In we go.
That's a bad time.
Cool. Cool. Digging tools, engineering tools, Apperton crates, more ale.
Apperton crates.
Yeah, Apperton crates, treated and sealed to keep shipments of peaches fresh.
So what will they? Well, that's what they are. They're
Yeah.
sealed crates.
Presumably food.
Presumably food. Engineering tools.
Engineering tools, they are going to buff your maximum of your furnace again.
This is already pretty good.
Yeah.
And digging tools.
Digging tools will help you with your dogs on the map.
I think digging tools.
Digging tools? Got the digging tools.
Apperton crates.
Apperton crates. Ooh.
Ah, of course, yes. Increase our ability to store food. Good.
Cool.
So with that done,
Yeah. Yeah, there we go.
what else have we got?
We got one left, which is the science hold.
Ah, we may as well do it.
Cool, there we go. Timber or a crate of luxury items.
Let's inspect that.
Flags from the Temperance are folded neatly inside. You also find a chessboard and a football. In total, they will provide plus 20 maximum decor.
People need to not go completely mad. So,
Yep.
yeah, creative luxury items, for sure.
Oh, and it also gave you a little bit of decorum. So you've got some good buffs on the go there.
Alright, good. That'll keep people happy. So,
Yeah.
we need two. We have, how many sailors?
Sailors, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 left to be deployed.
I think it's just a resource game now.
Yep.
So, well, first we should go to the coal bunker.
Coal bunker?
Yeah, I mean, we scouted stuff out, but there's no point in... Yep, so we'll take our coal.
Yep. And how many people?
2.
2.
Okay, right. With that done, let's go to food stores
Cool.
and fully assign those.
Nice.
Which, okay, is a max of 3.
Yep.
Which means we've got 8 people left. So we've got our 3 scientists, our 3... Oh, wait. We've got to do the interview.
Oh, the interview
Yeah,
with our...
let's fix that morale.
Yeah, cool.
And we should probably do the interview, you know, after we've abandoned ship, but hell, why not?
We'll be fine. Here we go. Interview. Oh, you got one research for that.
Oh.
And where... Oh, sorry, you're here? No, you're here? There it is. All documented findings during your expedition, including Cash's report. Research will be a measure of your expedition success, despite the circumstances.
That will become relevant quite a bit later.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So that's that. And then you also... Something interesting happens. You picked up a new item called spoiled rations.
Oh. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Rusted sustenance prepared by the Apperton Tinning Company, soggily exhumed from the Temperance. And
That may
they
not
will,
have been ideal, so they'll cause malnutrition.
yeah, you could burn them or you could feed them and cause malnutrition.
So we've got 4 of those.
Yep.
Yeah,
And you still have your good ones from earlier. We could abandon ship, or we could...
I think we have to abandon
Abandon
ship.
ship,
I mean,
let's go.
there's nothing else.
No.
Yeah, there's nothing else for it, right?
What's up with that?
Yep, let's go.
It stands before the furnace, staring at the boiler with intent. We're tearing it out, Captain?
Let's go.
Yeah, I think so. I'd agree. Sooner around with this business than happy around. Shall think about it. Let me know. I'll let the boiler out myself. Keep it lit, Captain.
Abandon ship.
Oh, here we go. Let's tell the lads.
And now really time for our first big move.
Yeah, and I think I think this is a pretty good place to maybe move things off, but we'll see. Oh yeah. So yeah, once you're out from the safety of the Temperance, things are maybe going to get a little bit more challenging.
Exciting. That's the word.
Well, there we have it. The heart of the ship. Reading clip from her chest. But she still beats for the crew. How long?
He was an actor.
Yeah, how long were you waiting on that one?
Well,
Because it was shite. No time for poetry. Yeah. Captain, let's get this bloody furnace set up on the ice. Cool. So
And now for our first big move.
Yep. The Heart of the Temperance. And here we go.
Bam.
There's some beautiful music from James.
With that, time for quite the journey.
Yeah, so yeah. Thanks for watching. Please play the Pale Beyond. Let us know what you think.
As you progress past this week, I suppose check in with Kasha, see what this photo ended up like.
Yeah. And then of course Templeton is going to welcome you. What is our next order of business? And he says, you've done already the strip. Yeah, he notices that you actually stripped everything and you got some extra Templeton loyalty because of it. Now it's just you on the ice.
A lot can happen.
Yeah.
A lot can happen indeed. So really this is taking us up to the end of the demo, and for
it's
people
it's
beyond
close.
now is
it's like it's maybe a week or two. You can stay longer on the ship, but there's a lot more for players to see. There's a lot more. Well, I mean, it's nearly a whole year on the ice to play.
Yep.
And just really excited to see how people,
Yeah, absolutely.
what choices they make and what happens.
Been a few years, so time to get going, time to get it out there.
Yeah, and of course, we'll be listening for feedback, and it should be cool.
Oh yeah, we are we have an awesome setup going for feedback where it's all collated together, and we'll be able to knock out any problems or anything that pops up. It'll be fun.
Working hard to support the game.
Indeed.
Well, thank you very much, everybody.
Absolutely, yep, thank you. Take care, and we hope you enjoy the game.
Cool. Goodbye.